Okay, here is the story of my hand. This happened, let's see, today's Tuesday, so this happened 3 days ago, Sunday morning. Okay, I want to give you some backstory so that when I tell the story of what happened, you understand how ridiculous the whole thing actually is. 8 years ago, I broke my right hand. You can kind of see the scar right there. It's on the 4th metacarpal, so I broke my hand in 5 places. When I break something, I break it real well. What happened was I was wearing steel-toe boots that were slightly too big for me, and I was running up the stairs. I was trying to hurry and pack a quick overnight bag for my husband and myself because we were trying to pick up our children from a friend's house who was watching them, and it started snowing, just really like dumping snow, and we realized that we were not going to be able to get them and bring them back home. The roads were just too bad, and we didn't have a vehicle that was good in snow. And so we made the decision with our friends to just go over to their house and just stay overnight and then try and get out the next morning. So that's why I was running with steel-toe boots on in the house while my husband was cleaning off the best car that would hopefully get us there safely. So I trip as I start running up the stairs. I trip, and this part of my hand right here hit the corner of the drywall, and the rest of my hand kept going forward with me as I flew through the air. As remember, I was running and momentum and all those things. So I broke my hand in 5 places. It was very bad. Initially at the emergency room, they only saw the break in 3 places, but once the surgeon got in, he found 2 other places. Had to put a steel plate in my hand that was actually too big for my hand just to gather up all of the fragments. It was bad. It was really bad. It was really painful physical therapy, but I now have the use of my hand. And if it had been 100 years ago, I probably would not be able to use my hand the way I'm able to now. So it was hard, but we made it. So fast forward to a few days ago, Sunday morning, I come downstairs after my shower to make my coffee so that I can go back upstairs and finish getting ready. And I am wearing wide leg pants that are just a little bit too long for me. And as I start walking up the stairs, I trip on my pants and literally do the same thing that I did 8 years ago, but with this hand. Now, the good thing is I was not running. And so this injury is not nearly as bad as it was 8 years ago. The bad thing is, okay, where was I? The battery died in my camera. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what I said last. So as soon as it happened, I don't know if you've seen an injury right after someone breaks a bone, usually where the break is, a lump forms pretty quickly, like within several minutes. And that was certainly what happened with this right hand. Well, so as soon as this happened, I spilled coffee, only about 25% of my coffee. My husband was actually really impressed that I didn't spill it all. But as soon as it happened, a lump started to form in between these 2 knuckles here, in between the 3rd and 4th finger. And it looked like it was broken. So my husband took me we have an ortho on call, like 8 minutes away, thankfully. And they were the same people that had x-rayed my right hand when it happened. So they actually had my x-rays on file, and they thought that it was pretty hilarious that I had literally done the same thing with the opposite hand. But so the good part is that the x-rays did not show any fractures. Now I've been told by an ER doctor that just because it doesn't show up initially does not mean that there are no fractures. But I have a consult with a surgeon, the same surgeon that did this hand. It's kind of embarrassing, tomorrow. And so they'll be re-x-raying it, but they're going to be checking also for tendon and ligament damage in between the 3rd and 4th metacarpal, because that's where a lot of the pain was. So I don't think that it's broken. It could still be broken. It looked like it was broken to my untrained eye. But they'll be mostly just assessing tomorrow. They had to wrap it up and splint it to help the swelling go down. That's why they couldn't assess for that damage on Sunday, was because it was so swollen. So they immobilized it so that the swelling will go down, hopefully enough for them to be able to determine if there's ligament or tendon damage tomorrow. So that's what we're going to go do tomorrow. They'll be re-x-raying it to make sure that there are no fractures. But that's where we are. The best case scenario would be for us to find out tomorrow that it's just a really, really bad bruise. Like, that would be amazing. And at that point, I think that they'll have to take this off to assess, but hopefully it will all be gone and I'll just go about my day and it'll be normal. My pain levels are still, it still hurts. So I'll probably have to work back up to doing everything that I was doing before, but I would just be so pleased if it was only a bruise. That would be wonderful. But regardless, we will find out tomorrow and let you know what happens. So stay tuned. Okay, I am finally back with the update on my hand. It has really sucked a lot of energy out of me, and so I just have not been up to filming anything since this happened. So I went in to see the surgeon and they redid the x-rays. Thankfully, nothing was broken. No new fractures showed up. So the official diagnosis was a hand sprain and then multiple contusions. A contusion, I think, is just the fancy word for a bruise. She said that the bones were bruised. And so now I have this custom made splint. They molded it to my hand. And I've been wearing this now for, well, it's been a week. What is today? It's been a week and a day. Today's Thursday. It's been a week and a day since I've had this on. The good part is my hand is getting better every day by a little bit. Like, I notice it. I only take the splint off when I shower. And so each day in the shower, it feels a little bit better. I am in the evening when my husband and I have time together. We'll watch a movie together or, just sit and talk. I will take it off then because I'm just sitting on the couch, not doing anything, just to kind of give my hands some breathing room. But other than that, I'm wearing it 24/7. So it is getting a little bit better, a little bit stronger. Every day it's not hurting as badly. It's a little bit sore at the end of the day, but it's not what I would call pain by any means. A few days ago on Saturday, I had a lot of laundry that needed to be done. Ryan had been trying to keep up with the laundry throughout the week, but there was a lot of folding that needed to be done, and I was a little bit nervous about that. But I actually did great. I think I ended up folding like 8 baskets of laundry that day, and my hand was sore at the end of the day, but it was fine. So really the big thing that I'm still not really able to do is chopping things for cooking and opening cans and things like that. But thankfully I have 10 children and so I have the help that I need to keep the household running at this point. And I can also drive now. So before, when I had the big the cast like splint on, I couldn't drive, but now I'm able to do it. It's hard to park. I have to do it really, really slowly, but other than that, I'm totally fine driving. So basically I have pretty much full use back except for a few kitchen tasks, which I just pull a kid into the kitchen and they all know the drill. So it's really not a big deal anymore. So I'm so thankful that my hand is not broken. I am so thankful that there wasn't any major tendon or ligament damage that required surgery. All in all, I really feel like I got out of this whole experience, you know, just learning some patience. So I will take that any day, because let me tell you something. Being the mom of a large family, honestly, being a mom of any size family and not having the use of one of your hands, it is so hard. So I'm so thankful. I'm going to be going back to the doctor next Wednesday for a follow-up appointment, but at that point she said that they should be able to just take the splint off and I can slowly start working back up to where I was before. So that's the plan. So all in all, this whole thing has taken probably, it'll be about 2.5 weeks from injury until I'm back to normal. So I'm very thankful. I will see you in the next video. Bye.